Mm-hmm.
Okay, apparently I'm live.
All right, all right.
Let's see. Oh, where did I? Oh, never mind. There it is. I know folks are probably going, well, shit, why did he start up when there was already a show going? We killed that show for this show. Y'all some messed up folks. But only reason why I came live tonight is just to give y'all a smooth transition, and I'm going to let Mark fire his show back up. So here we go.
Smooth transition.
There it is, folks. You got what you came for. Now y'all can go ahead and head back towards the exit and be done. What's happening, folks? Sorry about it. This is all my fault. Really, it is because I hit Mark up earlier today and said, man, we ought to do a live. And then I ran into some shit and didn't think I was going to do it. And I sat down, seen Mark was going live and was kind of sitting here. I was like, well, shit, I'd hop on his, but he wasn't set up for that. So here we are. Here we are.
Yeah,
But
whenever I go solo, I don't use Zoom. I just use
yeah, I
the.
didn't even think about that. But so I apologize. I know there was probably people over on Mark's channel can't stand to be over here on this channel, and they'll be damned if they're gonna subscribe to this channel so they can chat. So they're probably just watching, but they ain't gonna say a word, which
See
is all good.
everybody. I think I see more people over here actually.
Probably not, but some folks, yeah, some folks they hate me with a passion, and they refuse. They ain't gonna come over here and even attempt it. They're probably sitting there in the corner watching it, but they damn sure ain't gonna say nothing. But anyway, holy shit, it's been a hell of a day. Oh man, where should it begin? But I did have a funny run in today. So I had to run to Best Buy earlier today to pick something up. And before you folks go crazy for what I'm about to say, it's not that I have a problem with this. It's just something that I think that I've probably rarely ever seen. I mean, I know I've seen it, but I guess I don't see it much. So when I see it, it's kind of like noteworthy for me to talk about it or at least mention it because I can still say something about it. So I go to Best Buy. I'm on a mission. I found what I'm looking for, but I need a salesperson to actually obtain the item for me because it's not open and clear view of me getting it.
I hate that.
So as I'm standing there waiting, there's a lady right there in electronics dealing with a customer ready, and I'm thinking this is the person I've got to talk to. So I'm waiting and waiting, and she kind of turns and looks my way, and I'm like, something seems a little off here. So I kept standing there waiting. And then when she turned and looked again, I finally realized what was going on. It was a dude with long blonde hair that looked like it had a perm in it. And I'm talking about back length. I mean, long hair, full makeup and lipstick on, but it was a dude. And he was in his Best Buy attire handling a customer. Now, y'all do whatever it is y'all want to do, but for somebody that I'm straight, I'm not of any other thing, I am straight. I sit there and think to myself, if I have to talk to you face to face, it's not going to be a normal thing for me. And I'm thinking that with it not being a normal thing, the conversation might seem a little awkward.
You said the dude was wearing lipstick.
Yes, and
Oh,
full makeup.
yeah. There's no way I could talk to him. I couldn't do it.
So I don't know. It's something that I know it's out there in the world, and the world doesn't discriminate against anything. But and obviously it's become, I guess, more more of a thing in the working world now. But I don't guess I've run across that in a Best Buy before.
Mm,
Not to
hell,
say that Best Buy is any better than anywhere else. I just haven't ran across it. But from a distance and to the side, I, I knew it was a female. But when he turned, I realized, no, this is not a female.
I wonder how this would work if you said if you'd be like, "Excuse me, sir," and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm a ma'am." I'm like, "Oh, are you? Do you have a vagina?" And be like, "Yeah." That would go really. That'd be way too awkward.
But see, there's exactly like you said. If you know somebody is a male, but they have makeup on, and you, I guess maybe accidentally say "sir," and they look at you crazy and say no, it's ma'am. How do you approach that?
I'm like, dude, you're clearly a dude.
I mean, do you kind of shut things down right there and then and say, okay, maybe I need to deal with somebody else because we've already got off on bad terms or what? I
I
don't
couldn't
know.
do it. There's no way I could do it.
I don't know. Have you walked into a workplace and seen this yet?
I've never seen I've never seen one of those where I had it. No, I'm like flaming gay dudes. I've had to deal with like, hey, where they were still dressed like dudes, but I've never had like a dude with makeup or a chick that was a guy or anything like that. No, I couldn't do it.
Now I will say this: this this dude has been doing this for a while, unless he gets somebody else to do his makeup, because he spent a lot of time on this makeup.
And you're trying to say you look good is what that's what
No, I'm
you're
not saying that. I'm just saying that it wasn't like a clown job with makeup on. It looked like somebody
did a good
took
job.
took their time and did a good job.
There
Yes.
you go. You're saying it looked good is what you're trying to say. Then technically, different
Yes.
word. You're trying to say he did a good job with his makeup. He looked good.
I want to say it like that so it sounds better, but I don't know. Again, anybody has the freedom to do what they want. I'm trying to think. I'm 50, almost 51 now, and I don't believe that I've ever walked into a retail store and seen that situation. So I guess that's why it stuck out so much to me today.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone should be free to do what they want to do, but when you start putting it in my face, that's a whole different story.
Well,
Something like that would be putting it in my face.
I don't want folks taking me wrong thinking, oh, well, he hates, people like that. It has nothing to do with that. It's just, it's a rarity and it's the first time I've ever seen it before. So for me, it was kind of like, damn, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I don't hate people like that. It's just I don't know what the word is. Like it's awkward.
So my next little thing that happened, which this is not a big deal, but I guess this is a new trend. So I purchase what I'm going for. As I'm standing there getting rung up, the lady asked, would you like to be charged an extra 11 cents for this to go into a bag?
Oh Jesus Christ! Are you kidding me?
And I looked at her and said, hell no, I can carry it out without a bag. I'm like, this is what things have come to now that we're charging to put stuff into a bag.
We went to a soup. We hardly ever go to Walmart. Like the Walmart by us, we realized they have like all self checkouts. But today we actually did a real, legitimate like full Walmart shopping experience where your cart's loaded up with shit. And then realized every register was self checkout. I'm like, holy fuck, this really does suck. When you got a whole cart of shit and you got to ring it up yourself, you got to bag it and stack it up so it doesn't fall off the edge.
Yep.
Like this is a bunch of shit right here. And I told Angela, I'm like, you better be stealing. You better not be scanning everything because I'm not paying for all of this. Sure enough, she scanned everything in that cart. I'm like, you son of a bitch. You couldn't let a piece of makeup or a piece of meat just like slip by.
I don't know, man. It's, I mean, they're going to push people into a point. I mean, because, yes, in a lot of places like grocery shopping, bags are a necessity because, I mean, especially if you've picked up a bunch of stuff, you ain't trying to walk out with a bunch of things crammed up under your arms or stuff like that. But you get that bag, and the only thing it's used for is transport. Because I know for me, like, as soon as I get home, those bags go straight into the garbage bag.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to be forced to pay for stuff, I mean, I'll start wearing like, I'll wear like a big old hoodie with like a bunch of pockets or some shit and just start dumping shit off in there.
You could call me a thief, but every time we go to Sam's Club or Walmart and we got to do a self checkout, there's at least one or two items I don't scan every time. I believe like I deserve something for free from those stores.
Yeah, in this part of town, you'd be called a thief. So, Johnny the Beard, what's going on, brother? With your big freebie there. He said, "What's up, ST and the lady man?" There was another one that I missed because we were talking. Dakota Simon, what's going on, brother? He said, "I heard they shot Mark down today with an F-22 Raptor. Rest in peace." Yes, Mark was shot down over the Atlantic today, and kind of came down a little slow actually. But
It's about time they fucking take their time shooting it down.
yeah, I know that's. Oh my gosh, this is
Unbelievable.
well. The media needed something new to talk about on the news, so this is what will be on the airwaves for a good while. A good thing because I was tired of Memphis being brought up every single day. They needed to turn that spotlight off and put it on something else. But
I thought it was a shipment of vape stuff being shipped over since, UPS and FedEx ain't shipping shit. I thought that was China's new way of shipping shit over.
that would be pretty interesting if they use that method and
Like a
they're
vape balloon.
using military equipment to shoot that crap down. So, oh man,
Yes, Dave, I'm sending out all the freebies that I get from Sam's Club.
you
I'm
should
just,
do
I'm,
that.
I'm telling folks, like, if you guys are using self checkout, you should at least one or two items don't. You're not stealing. Like they're making you work. They should pay you something.
Can
You're already
you
paying high prices.
can you give an example of like what are the one or two things that don't make it to the scanner?
Like I'll get like today I bought cappuccino. I bought three things of powder cappuccino, and then I had a really expensive different brand. That one I didn't scan. It was like an $8 one. So that's one thing. And then like sometimes you get like ground beef and you got a steak in there. Don't scan the steak. They're not going to dig through your bags and scan everything. I mean, I'm not saying go in there and get a TV and not scan it. But if you got a whole ton of shit, you could let a few things slide by.
See, I don't go to Sam's. I go to Costco. So they,
Yeah.
well, they do have a self checkout, but I don't ever use it. And those people get so pissed off too, and I don't know why. But you know, it's like always two people per cash register. So you got the one ringing shit up, and then you got the one pulling the shit out of your basket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, typically I always get stuck behind somebody that's got like 10 million items because they're stocking up their store or some shit or whatever. But, as they've got their shit on, I'll put the little divider on the belt and I start offloading my shit. I don't mind doing it because I just want to get it done so I can get out of there and be fucking gone.
Yep.
But a lot of times when I'm doing this, I get like an evil eye from a person like, oh, this is my job. You don't touch that. I'm like, yeah, it ain't no big deal. It's whatever. But
Yeah, I don't get it. Here in our self scan in the UK have random checks, but do they check everything? Like here at Sam's Club, like when you scan everything, you walk out to the door. I always walk past the bitch, so I don't. But they'll scan random things in your cart. But I'm saying if you got like a million things, you could always put something small underneath like a bunch of things. They're not gonna dig it out and scan it.
yeah,
What are they
well,
gonna do? Like, I'm sorry, I thought I scanned that. They're not gonna do anything to you.
so I see some people talking about Wally World. I literally gave Walmart up, I want to say ages ago, because the one thing that ultimately pisses me off about Walmart, normally I'm on a mission when I go to Walmart. I'm not going there to buy multiple things. So I might be looking for one particular item. I go in there. Walmart is notorious for having 30 registers that line from one side of that building to the other, and there's maybe two of them open with a store full of people. And it's like, this makes no sense why none of these other registers are open, and we got 10 million people standing in line here. So I've pretty much given up on that shit. I don't go there anymore just for that simple fact, because I'll stand there for 30 to 40 minutes before I lose my shit and just walk out and leave shit laying there.
I hate my goddamn thing.
What we do? We overheat again?
No, I don't know why it goes out like that. Walmart, well, we live down the, not I'm not going to say down the street, but maybe 10 minutes away there's a Walmart. We don't go to it. There's another one that's 20 minutes away. We don't go to it. We go to the one that's like 40 minutes away just because, it's a lot cleaner, nicer, and not as crowded. Like today we went there was nobody there. A super Walmart, nobody in it. It's the best experience ever.
Yeah.
We stopped going to Walmart because of the people. Like, I hate the fucking people there.
That's the thing, too. So I feel as though I live in a pretty decent area, but the Walmart, when you go there, it's like crossing the border.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the heaviest of the heaviest crowd up in there, because I get more nervous parking in the parking lot and going into the store wondering if my truck is still going to have wheels on it when I come back, or there's always like some crazy shit going on up there. So
because everyone always drives out to the nicer Walmarts. It's a thing. I swear it is.
yeah, I try to stay away from that one, but it's almost at a point now. Even if you drive to the good areas don't look good anymore like what they used to. But
So, I mean, mainly now, everything we need, almost everything we buy on Amazon, usually. But today we went to Walmart, and I'm like, oh, this is going to suck. And we walked in, it was like, holy shit, there is nobody here. It's clean. I'm like, this is unheard of.
yeah. Yeah, Jason said put some wheel lock nuts.
Those things.
I think nowadays it doesn't matter what you've got. If somebody wants your shit, they're going to take it somehow, and they can do it quick. It's no more this, a struggle getting things. Folks have gotten very, very good at what they do.
Dude, they take fucking they'll just blowtorch the axle and just take the whole fucking wheel.
Yes.
They cut off fucking Cadillac converters with blowtorches. I don't know how the fuck they do that without someone seeing that, but they do it.
Dude, that's big business right there, Cadillac
Yeah.
converters. I mean, you used to hear about it a lot more, but I still like see some of these videos floating around where these people are still doing it nonstop, and they're, the place that you have to take them to, the place that's going to buy these metals. And
That's what I'm wondering. Like, who's buying the things?
what I'm sitting here thinking is, if some dude rolls up and got a truckload of them, he ain't just find them laying around. He's been out busy the previous night.
Like, where the fuck are you bringing these things to?
So I don't know how. It's kind of like a pawn shop too. Even though I know a lot of people take stuff to pawn shops, but there's certain things that make their way into a pawn shop that you would probably know it's hotter than you could ever touch.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of these guys, I mean, I don't know. I guess if they don't give a shit either, all they're seeing is dollar signs. They're thinking, yeah, I'll give you $20 because I'm gonna turn around and resell it for $100.
Here we go. 10-ton test. That beautiful set of teeth. I thought I had bad teeth. Holy Jesus.
So I'm I'm guessing this is true. So we have discovered that 10 ton is Glenn Watson. Is that who that is?
That's what I've been told. So I'm not sure. I don't have evidence, but
I'm wondering why Glenn changed his name. It's got to be something because Glenn was in here all the time, and I haven't seen him in here in ages.
Yep, it's got to be.
So, David Sweargen, thank you for the donation there, sir. He says, "Have you ever had a checkout person check you out in the store?" I haven't.
Wait, have you?
No, I can't say I've had that, but
I've been.
oh, so Jason says yes, that's Glenn Watson. How are we for certain that's Glenn Watson? And why did Glenn Watson just up and change his name to 10 ton less? I'm
Yeah,
curious.
and if 10-ton test is just admitting it's Glenn, how do we really know it's Glenn and not someone just saying it's Glenn?
That's true. We almost have to do a complete show on this. And
Yep.
when, okay, he just said, who is Glenn Watson? So
I mean, it could be, it couldn't be. Who knows?
that's almost a sign like it is because they've asked that question. I'm still kind of wondering though, because Glenn used to be in here all the time, and we know Glenn is from across the pond because he could not stand Vic. And I don't even see the Vic haters in here anymore. I don't think.
Oh, you mean Cheech?
Cheech, that's who it was. Yeah, I haven't. Cheech had like 10 different
He loves
little
fucking.
sign-ons with different Cheech names, but
Used to be a rim dealership on Central and Irving Road that always said to give him 24 hours on any rims that you wanted and give them great discounts. Somehow I fucking believe that. Make a phone call. I need some 30-inch rims, gold.
I could see that too. You take in like a picture of something that you want and say, "Can you get me this or something similar?" And then they say, "Well, give me 24 hours and I'll get you hooked up."
Yep.
So they send their dude out at night, scoping the city to find that particular set of wheels on a vehicle, and say, "Go ahead, get them off of it."
That's all profit right there, too.
Yep. Yeah, the labor. There's nothing in labor fees on that barely. It's all profit. So
Shitty bitty. The one app I do like when it comes to shopping at Sam's Club, if you download a Sam's Club app, you could just scan the item with your phone as you put it in the cart and it automatically like charges you and bills you. You could scan your shit and apparently walk straight out.
yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty sweet. I ain't gotta pack nothing. I ain't gotta stand in no fucking line.
Tinton's pretty convinced that he's not Glenn Watson, but even if I was to say, Tinton, I'm about to bring you on this feed, I would know if you were Glenn Watson or not because I don't know what Glenn Watson looks like.
Well, 10 Ton did use a comma in that sentence, and I don't think Glenn Watson has the vocabulary or English knowledge to use commas and periods and shit in his
That
sentences. So,
I did pick up on that. I remember Glenn's vocabulary that he would use and would type out was always kind of hit or miss. And 10 Ton seems to be very proper, but
shit like that is a dime a dozen in Detroit. Anything you want for electronics or your vehicle, I got you.
David Sweargen, thank you for that donation there, sir. He says, no, I mean they ring you out in the store. They go around with a cart and ask you if you want to check out.
No, I don't think I've ever had that done before.
I've never ever had that done.
That's
Is,
weird.
is that like an extra fee you got to pay there for that?
That means you might be suspicious and they're like trying to keep an eye on you or something, I would think. I don't know. That's weird.
That could be. It could be that the cameras aren't doing the trick, following you around in the store. They want to follow you. Even so, it would probably even get a little bit more odd. Let's just say if you were in the clothing department and you wanted to try like maybe a pair of pants on, and they say, "Hey, if you don't mind, we're going to sit here in the dressing room while you change."
That's why there's cameras in the dressing rooms.
You know what? I wonder how many. There's got to be a few out there. There has
Oh, yeah.
got to be some like shady clothing stores that have cameras in their dressing department, you would think.
If I owned a clothing store, I'd have camera. I'd have two-way mirrors, no doubt. I'd be streaming that shit on the internet, charging like $30 a month for people to go on the website. I guarantee you that's out there.
You know, I really never put much thought into that till right now, but
I mean, I've seen like dressing room hidden camera like on porn sites. I'm not sure if it's real or not, but it looks pretty damn real to me. But I mean, you could sometimes tell when it's real and sometimes when it's like made up. But I'm sure they exist at some shady ass clothing stores. You're not going to find them at Walmart, but you'll find them at like, Big Mike's, Dress Depot or something.
typically I don't know if I would want to have cameras in at the one at Walmart though, because you might see some shit you don't want to see. But
Yeah.
what I'm, it's funny that we just sit here and say that though. I can't ever recall there being some kind of news going on about somebody getting busted that, let's just say, that ran some type of clothing store that wasn't like a chain type thing. They got busted for having cameras in their dressing department.
Either they're really, I don't know. I mean,
Hold on.
you got to know how to install a hidden camera, pretty much.
Late night says it's Glenn because he blocked me and I can't see 10 ton.
Oh, well, there you go. We know it's Glenn.
Well, see, nowadays that's what technology will do for you.
Good job, Glenn. You got called out.
So even though 10 ton might not be Glenn, whoever 10 ton is or used to be has blocked the late night vape show, which, and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good sometimes, which would be Mr. Mick.
Oh, yeah, clothing store selling bootleg shit, that I believe. I see that shit all the time. Selling fake Nikes, and that's where I bought all my fake Adidas shirts. Adidas don't come in 4 and 5X. That shit only comes in 2X.
Oh man,
I'm eating a shawarma. What the hell's a shawarma?
I have no idea. I don't even want to know at this point. It's probably something I do know, but I don't want to know. But
There's cheats.
there, I knew it was somewhere in the background. Oh man,
He was probably watching, what's his name?
is there anybody else on this evening?
I don't think so.
You know,
Vic, I know Vic's doing a 24-hour live stream that Cheech was just watching.
who is?
Nobody.
Oh, hold on. You said something because when I turned your show on a minute ago, I just caught something that I heard somebody say. Craig, that comes in the chat. He did a show on a YouTube channel.
Craig and shit, it's in my head. I want to say Johnny. No, not Johnny. Who is it? Craig and somebody. Yeah, they do a show. I didn't know they were in the UK. They're UKians or British or whatever the fuck they are. Yeah, they do a show.
So we can actually see. This is Craig D, right?
I'm pretty certain. Yeah, Craig D and Kenny. There we go. Yep, Ken D and Craig. Craig D and Kenny. Yep.
So we can
Seen a bit of it today.
So what does Craig D look like?
I mean, they look like your typical
UK
British.
UK
I mean,
folk.
they got the hard accent, that's for sure. Good day, mate. Welcome to the show, mate. Like Scottish, British, same fucking thing.
Do they have a big following?
They got like I thought they had 60 subscribers. I think they apparently just started the channel. I mean, I think they just started it when I looked at it. But you look at one of their videos, one of them's wearing a wig. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is not a normal. It's not a normal live show.
Oh, so you don't actually get to
It's
see.
not like, you see them, they're on there, but I think they're just fucking around, like just hanging out, talking shit, like we are, kind of.
We'll say I'm gonna have to go look at this because
I subscribed, I think, to the channel last night. I thought I did.
I mean Craig D's in chat all the time. I remember that name. They constantly are in the chat talking, You know, when you see somebody that talks all the time that's in these chats, you start to sometimes wonder, I wonder what they look like. Well,
Speaking of
holy
people, there you go.
shit, look at this. We have got Stefan here. What's happening with you, brother?
10-ton Tess and Stefan in the same room. That's a little odd. They're just getting going. There you go. Yeah, they got a new channel.
Yeah, I don't see Kenny as much in chat as what I do Craig, but also too, I know like when we do these live events, especially now, because this would even be later than what my typical show would be. I know it's like what 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning over there, or it's late. I don't know what time. Hell, even for Mr. Mick, I'm certain. What time is it at where you are, Mick? Mick's probably sitting there having his morning coffee, eating eggs and shit.
It's called Chewing the Fat. The problem is when you type in Chewing the Fat in YouTube, there's so much shit that pops up with Chewing the Fat.
Break it down and do a. Well, no, that ain't going to work for channel. Is that the name of the channel?
I'm not sure because there's so many channels on here that are called Chewing the Fat. Like, got Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, Chewing the Fat with Stoner, whoever the fuck that is, Chewing the Fat with Swatch.
Oh, it's 3:23 in the morning there.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, y'all are pushing it. Y'all must not sleep at night. Because even I stay up till what seems like forever, and it's not that late.
Holy fuck, look at this goddamn shit. Holy Jesus. Oh, Beast. It's a chick who looks like she's got to weigh at least 600 pounds. And she's eating a ton of food. I'm talking like 10 tacos from Taco Bell. Looks like she's got a bunch of Big Macs.
Holy shit.
Shit tons of fries. Wow, I gotta watch this shit when I'm done. Holy fuck.
Holy shit. Yeah, I knew that you drove, Mick. I just didn't know that you did the evening type thing. I thought you was more the daytime person. We've got somebody named Fee that's in from Cape Town, and it's 5:23 there.
Damn, what the hell are you doing up so goddamn early? Take your ass back to bed.
What? Chewing? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to check this shit out then, because
Chewing the Fat with Craig and Kenny. Okay, there we go.
so when I get to know these folks,
They pretty much do what we do. They
yeah,
just.
but
Well, I didn't watch the whole show, but I'm assuming that's what they do.
but as long as I get to see these folks,
Oh yeah.
I kind of got that. It's like it's a better experience when I'm dealing with them in chat. G3 said sucks where you live. I just put a Zeus mesh on the clutch. Wish me luck.
Okay, chewing. Yeah, they did a show today. Bachelor sent me a link, but I was out at Walmart or wherever.
Apathy Miller, what's going on, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, I am subscribed. I knew it. Son of a bitch.
I hope y'all enjoyed the past Tuesday night thing with Lou on. That was kind of different.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I know some folks. I think some folks just like it when we're kind of like how we're live now, and you know, I don't know. I think some people are just used to seeing us.
Oh yeah.
So when we kind of kick back and listen to somebody else talk, which is kind of cool for me because I like to hear other people, tell me about stuff, especially for somebody that I hadn't seen in a good while. I know for some people I can tell just by looking at chat, they're kind of like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but we want the normal shit.
I think because usually when we have guests, we don't pay attention to people in chat, and we normally pay attention to everybody in chat.
That's
probably
true.
what it is. And Ray, I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to find their channel, but I already found it and I've been subscribed. And
10 Ton says he wants to comb my beard. I tell you what, I'll do this for you. Right here, look at this. I'll do it for you. That's one thing. When you got a Santa Claus beard, you got to keep that stuff combed out.
special guests are fun, but you got to make sure like sometimes not everybody on the show is like eh. Like we've had special guests on the vape team before, where it was like, oh my god, I don't want to be here.
It does work out because, too, it all falls back to where, and this is not referring to the Tuesday night show, but like there have been times where we've had people on. It's kind of cool for me, and it might be cool for the people on the panel, but again, you don't get to see that normal chemistry that like me, you, and Mike would have, where we're going around all the time, cutting up, doing what we do, and we all can feed off of one another to where you can't quite do that with a guest, and you don't want to keep being rude because there was even a couple times I wanted to say something, but Lou was talking, and I'd accidentally kind of like start, and and I'd be like, okay, I need to let him do
Yeah.
his thing real quick, but it's sometimes it works with people, sometimes it doesn't.
Like it's obvious that Mike doesn't like Big Lou because he didn't come on the show that night.
Here we go.
So I don't think he really likes Big Lou. I think he told me once he didn't like him at all. So
So you heard that out of Mark's mouth, not mine, but I tell
trying to
you
start
what,
drama.
I will send, they're going to cost a pretty penny, but I'll send some like still shots of me doing this. And I'll even autograph them, if they'll pay a pretty penny for them. But
Jason, this you can't type. Just deal with it.
he sure keeps retracting a lot of messages there, I'm
I
seeing.
know.
So
He's
it,
trying to correct himself, but he fucks up the correct sentence.
well, it is 9:30 on a Saturday night, so I don't know if Jason is somebody that partakes in like other things, but he could be under the influence of something at this point in time.
That's what I said, Dennis. Who wouldn't like Big Lou? But apparently, Mike. I think Mike's the only person that doesn't like Big Lou. Like he just don't like him for some reason.
Robbie said, anyone play the Powerball tonight up to 700 million right now.
You ain't gonna win that. Why waste your money?
Man, if I could hit that 700, which means I'm only going to get, maybe if I'm lucky, I might get maybe 200, maybe something, maybe a little bit more, closer to 300 million payout, which I don't even think I'd get that because taxes would eat that shit up. I could still go ahead and retire and be done, but
I would hope if Robbie or someone won the lottery, they'd come in my chat and maybe drop like 500,000 donation or something.
oh, I would expect nothing less than a mill dropped off of mine, but I think he would do that. Look at Jason. It's always a shock when Jason drops some money. He says, ST Vapes for reading my comment earlier. Well, thank you for the donation there, Jason. That was very kind of you. It's all on Big Lou. You got to remember, because he even said it himself. Lou being in the car business, y'all all know how car dealers work. I mean, them some bitches get there like when they open, and sometimes they're till late at night. They never themselves always know their schedule. So that's why we were even running a little bit later, because he got held up a little bit.
Man, if
Oh,
he could have put a camera on him at work, it'd be the best fucking. He could make some of the best videos ever.
we did talk to him a little bit after the show went off, and we were, just kind of listening to some of the stories he had. And we told him if somehow he could mount a GoPro on him somewhere and film some of the activities that he gets involved with some of the customers, it would be hilarious. Jason, thank you for the donation there again, sir. He says, tell Mark to read Ray Ray's bottle comment. Bottle comment?
Let's see. Jason for sure, brother. And Jason, shit, I should have had you ask Mark to read my comment. Uh, blah, blah, blah. Big Lou looks like Mike and sounds like him. I think Big Lou looks like if Pasardo and Mike had a baby, or
Holy
no, yeah,
shit.
it looked like Big Lou.
That'd be a hell of a combination. Uh, Ray Ray, yeah. I mean, we told him anytime he wants to hook up. I I kind of picked up through us talking the other night. He likes looking at the live shows, but he doesn't appear to be somebody that would want to do one on a regular. I think just once in a blue moon, he probably would enjoy that. But I think he's more or less kind of like a lot of y'all. Y'all would prefer to watch something like this than actually be the one sitting up here doing the stuff.
The reason I like to use the plastic bottle, Ray Ray, instead of the stainless steel, because the stainless steel 1 gallon bottle weighs like 10 pounds for one, and for two, there's no way to hold it because it doesn't have a handle, and for three, I don't drink the water cold anyways. I actually drink it at room temperature because it's not better for you, but it kind of goes in your body a lot better than cold water does.
Mr. Late Night Vape Show, thank you for the donation there, sir. He said, we started our show 3 years ago on Monday.
Holy shit!
That's
Wow,
a,
that seems like it was just yesterday you guys started that show.
yeah, that's a good haul right there. I mean, I don't want to throw up anybody's face though, but I still hold the record that'll never be broken though.
Speaking of pieces of shit, there's DC in chat.
I did see
What's up,
DC
DC?
there. It's funny how when DC hopped in, there's like a few other people I'm not seeing anymore. So DC might have multiple cell phones out doing some shit right now.
I don't think DC really notices what's going on right now, so I'm not going to say anything.
I don't think he does. I think he hops in here. He's just looking at chat. He's probably watching something right now and doesn't even have the volume up to this. Jason, thank you for the donation there, sir. He says, vaping fake and drinking cold water burns calories.
It might, because I think because your body has to work at warming it up or like bring it to room temp or body temperature. So you might be right on that one, but you can't drink cold water fast. That's the problem.
Sound bad. I can drink cold water fast all the damn time. David Blackman, I ain't seen you around in a bit, but thank you for the donation there, sir. He says, hello, everybody, ST and Mark. What's happening with
Hello
you,
there,
brother?
David.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
David,
can't
it's been a little while since I've seen you in the chats.
only a psycho drinks warm water. Well, after drinking it for a couple of weeks, you get used to it.
You know what, though? I know it's kind of funny. Like, there's certain people that prefer room temperature water over ice cold water.
Oh yeah.
The only way, I mean, I can drink room temperature water, but ice cold water is like my thing. That's really the only way I want to drink it.
Yeah,
Other than that, it's not satisfying to me.
I used to, I would only drink cold water, but I remember when I started drinking water, I looked it up and I was reading like the pros and cons to cold water and room temperature water, and I forgot why I started. Aside from being able to drink it a lot quicker than cold water, like drinking a bottle of it's no problem, but when you're drinking a whole gallon a day, it's a whole different story.
Well, see, here's the thing with me. Like, a lot of times y'all see me drinking my big cups and it's full of ice water. After I've drank a few, of course, the drinking slows down a little bit. But like if I've sat at my computer and my ice has gotten to the point where it's melted off and the water's got room temperature and it's like a full cup, I go pour it out. I won't drink it. I gotta have a refresh of cold.
You're drinking like melted ice.
Yep.
I bought myself a 64 ounce and my kid's 32. Keep ice. Oh yeah, I got the stainless steel ones upstairs. Like they keep shit cold for. But the 1 gallon stainless steel, I don't even. I'm pretty sure they make them, but man, they are fucking big and they're heavy as shit.
Oh, I got you, David. Yeah, I hadn't seen you in chat in a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Jason said anything that's like room temperature, other than like, of course, my coffee. I want it in the morning, steaming hot, straight out the maker. But like, I just don't do room temperature liquids. Like back in my days where I used to drink soda, dude, if I popped one open and forgot about it, and it was like
Oh
halfway to
yeah,
3/4 full, dude, it went straight to the trash.
yeah. I won't. I don't drink anything. I'm shocked that I'm drinking water room temperature, but I gotta see what I read about it now. Let's see.
Don says ice water is tough on the gallbladder. Question
That,
mark. Is it?
I gotta see
Because
what.
my gallbladder's jacked up then, I guess, because that's all I throw at mine.
Room temperature water is more effective at preventing you from feeling thirsty. Room and cold water affect your body in different ways, but neither of them can cause any harm. Therefore, blah, blah, blah. I read something though saying that room temperature was better.
GT says room temp or hot water promotes weight loss for real.
I thought it was. I thought it was. I don't remember. All I can say is I hadn't lost any weight drinking all this water for some weird reason.
I feel like I actually gain weight drinking as much water as I do because I can't. I mean, I frequently go to the bathroom, but it just, I don't
Like
know. Huh?
I haven't gained a pound and I haven't lost a pound.
Well, that's because you're not active at all.
Yep, that's probably right. Benefits of deep
Oh, here we go. We got us a fight and chat about what cold water and room temperature water does.
So, cold water can slow down your digestive system and metabolism by restricting blood flow. However, room temperature water around the same temperature as your body can have the opposite effect by stimulating your digestive and it doesn't disrupt your body's natural state.
But
It might make you less thirsty, it's less irritating, that's one. It may be more soothing when you're sick. It helps reduce a menstrual pain, which I always have.
well, here's something that we all share that I would imagine because I believe this all affects our bodies in the same way. I would think we all vape. And you know, if you sit around vaping for a good while, you start feeling dehydrated and
Right.
you need some source of liquid, which normally water is going to cure it for me. So, in the sense that, with me vaping, I tend to drink a lot of water. Now, if I'm having to do room temperature water, I don't think that I'm going to be a happy person.
I might try cold water for a week and just see if there's a difference. If I notice a difference in my body, whatever.
But maybe it's like anything else in this world. It's like if you're somebody that doesn't care to eat vegetables, even though those vegetables are probably good for you, you don't care for them because they don't taste like a little Debbie bar. Same way, room temperature water is not that appealing, I guess, to me, but ice cold water is what does it, but it's not supposed to be good for you. So,
So Fee is the only one in here that enjoys room temperature water. 10-ton test, shut your mouth.
like right now, this one just came out of the fridge, been sitting in there for a long time, and it's still cold as all get out.
Speaking of not being on a diet, tonight we ordered, first time I ever had it, I know people are not huge fans of Pizza Hut, but Pizza Hut has this pizza called the Big New Yorker. I've always heard about it. I never got it, and we ordered it. It's actually really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a big ass pizza, and like the slices, it's like thin and like floppy, but man, it was good as hell.
Dude, I wanted to ask you about a place.
If you have a Pizza Hut near you, folks, might want to give it. If you don't live in New York, because obviously you can just have New York pizza,
Let me
and
see.
it actually hits you like New York pizza, where it doesn't fill you up. That's one thing about New York pizza. Like you can eat that shit and it doesn't really fill you up. Unlike Chicago pizza, you have one piece and you feel like you're in a coma.
There is a sandwich shop. Is it a sandwich shop?
I'll eat your flopper 10 tons.
There's a place in Chicago, and I just seen it on one of these food things the other day, and they were doing Philly cheesesteak sandwiches there, and they were like they're supposed to be the best in Chicago, and I can't remember the name. I think it started with an M, but it's some little hole in the wall place, and I believe it's called something cheesecake.
Yeah, no, we don't. The ones we have near us, they're like, I mean, they're good, but they're not anything like the real cheesesteaks. They make them way different.
Dude,
The one we had in Jersey.
this place, they had some awesome looking sandwiches there. I mean, like one of those, it's like if you were a tourist there, that better be the last thing you do for the day, because after you eat that, you're headed straight back to a hotel or something to sleep that shit off. And I
That one
can't
I had in
remember the name
Jersey,
of that
man.
place.
That one in Jersey I had, they mixed the cheese whiz with the meat, and holy shit, that shit just melt in your mouth. That shit was fucking good.
God, I wish I remembered what the name of that damn place was.
We have
Son of a
we
bitch.
go to a place out here called either Charlie's or oh, what's the other dude? I forgot. It's a hole in the wall. No, not Sam's. What is it called? I forgot. Watching you drink water out of the jug tickles your prostate. There you go.
I
I've
gotta,
been shitting a lot better lately. I've noticed.
I gotta find the name of this place now. I'm gonna be going crazy.
I don't really know many cheesecake or cheesesteak places out here.
Uh,
Chicago isn't really known for their cheesesteak. You ever had Illuminati? Yeah, they're good, but they're more like a what is I don't want to say boutique pizza, but they're more like fancy pizza. It's more like a pizzeria style pizza as opposed to like your Chicago style like grease pit pizzeria. Like if you like fancy pizzas and fancy restaurant pizza, I mean it's good though. Don't get me wrong, really good. But it's not your I don't consider it Chicago style pizza though. I consider it like restaurant style pizza. That makes sense. New York pizza is like fucking
Monty's. Monty's.
Monty's. Never heard of that. I wonder where it's at.
They're on 4757 North Talman Avenue.
Oh, holy Jesus! Yeah, that's way I don't know. That's way north of me. That's about an hour 20 minutes away from me, maybe. And now I want to try it.
Y'all go look. I don't know. I don't even remember what the name of the damn. I don't know if that was the channel, if they had their own channel showing their shit, or if it was somebody that had just went there. Again, it's kind of like a hole in the wall place. It's nothing extravagant, but man, if you watch the YouTube video they did for all the different style Philly cheesesteak sandwiches they have, holy shit, man.
Yeah, Monty's cheesesteak.
That's it, Monty's cheesesteak.
Yeah, we might have to go
I
over
was
there.
thinking, I don't know why, but I think they do cheesecake there too.
Or cheesesteak. I mean, yeah. I don't know why I keep saying cheesecake or whatever. Yeah, we gotta try this place now. Let's go a little more.
They got like TVs all around. It's kind of like it's got that sports atmosphere in there. Of course, I mean, you don't have to go in there for that, but dude, if I'm ever up in the area, when you normally want to bring me up as a special guest, I will need to go there for at least one day to eat.
It's one hell of an Uber ride.
That is a hell of a one. Oh, HJ, I fully agree. The hole in the wall places are usually the best. They are. Because we've got a little hole in the wall place that is our Mexican joint. It's not like a chain of them or anything like that, because when you start getting into the chain ones, to me they start losing Something about it just doesn't seem like real Mexican food.
I've never heard of Picuto's deep dish on Lincoln Avenue. I don't. That's like Lincoln Avenue is like way north of us. I've never heard of that place though, or however you pronounce it. We're on the south side, so we're like all about the south side shit. South side? Is the diesel better than the bulk? The diesel. Who made that? I forgot.
Didn't didn't your boy Ambitions? For some reason, I feel like his name was tied
Yeah.
around
Nothing beats the bulk, first of all. I hate to tell you that, Donnie. You should know that.
Toonie. Long time, man. What's going on with you, brother?
G3 says old school cheesecake Velveeta. Well, to my understanding, I didn't know this, but apparently an OG cheesesteak uses Cheese Whiz. I didn't know that. I thought it just used regular cheese, but I guess the old school they mix Cheese Whiz with.
I see we have Vaping with Vic's mom in here, and I love the
Here we
picture
go.
y'all used.
Holy Jesus! Wow,
Oh, Lord.
that really is his mom. That could be too. You never know with these fucking motherfuckers.
The things y'all do, folks. I love it, though. I definitely love it.
Yeah, an authentic. When we had that Philly cheesesteak in Philly, man, that shit was like wow. It was heaven. But it was so weird because there were two places that were owned by brothers, one on each side of town, and they were both known for their cheesesteak. But the other place I wasn't a huge fan of at all, and they were made totally different.
Yeah, you would think that the place that something originates from, you're going to get the best of it. But you know what's funny about me just saying that is that, so like pizza, we have some places here that I think are to die for, but I've had northern style pizza in two different places that was pretty damn good. But I guess you get kind of accustomed to something that doesn't originate in that area, but you still enjoy it like tons, and then you go to somewhere where it does originate and it doesn't taste all that great to you.
Yeah, because like when we went to Tennessee and Alabama, we had barbecue. It's probably the worst barbecue I ever had.
Well, that's only because now I'll agree that one in Alabama, that shit was dried out, and
Yeah,
I
that
know
shit.
everybody was raving that that was supposed to be I'm like, I don't, y'all haven't had real barbecue then.
Yeah, that was.
But two, even the place you ate at, which was that was somewhere close to Nashville, wasn't it?
I don't. All I remember is I looked it up. It had really good reviews. It seemed like a chain place, though. I don't know, but it was all like dry and I guess it's like dry barbecue or something. I'm like, ooh,
The couple of places we've got here, which one of them is a hole in the wall, the best you can eat.
that one place was really good. Where was that expo we went to with uh, Adam Miller? That hole in the wall that had like the sweet
Atlanta,
tea. Atlanta, yeah, that place was pretty good. That little shithole.
that was, yeah. We went to a place, and I mean, there was tons of us there, and I think it's a pretty popular place, but it's a hole in the wall. I didn't even think I was going to be able to grab a table to eat. I
I
thought I was
know.
going to have to stand there and eat, but because it was packed. But yeah, they did have some damn good food in there.
Yeah, I hate dry barbecue. I agree with you. I'm not a fan of it. Little Caesars pizza, hell yeah. Who doesn't have Little Caesars cheesy bread is the best shit ever.
Little
That shit will
Caesars.
give you a heart attack, man. I stopped eating that shit because I felt my heart fucking slow down.
What's that?
Little Caesars cheesy bread.
Oh God.
That shit's like bread with like cheese and like some kind of I don't know. It almost seems like it's like buttered bread with cheese and grease on it, but it's so good.
Do you remember back in the day when Little Caesar first got started? I mean, because they were well known. What you could buy like two large pizzas for like $2 or some shit.
Yeah,
But it was by far the shit. You could go get a frozen pizza from a grocery store that tasted better than the shit they were putting out.
it's
But
still pretty shitty.
it is still pretty shitty. But they have come a ways because some of it's a little better now. But
It just it's that it's so cheap and convenient. That's why they're so always so busy.
yep,
But they're like their cheesy bread and their breadsticks. Those are really good. They got like some kind of I don't know if it's like a New York pepperoni. They got some kind of weird pepperoni one, which is actually really good. But yeah, their shit's like $8. I think before it was like $5 pizza. Now it's like $8. That place is always packed. People walking out with like 10 pizzas and 5 pizzas and shit. And
Yep. I have still yet to hit the Whataburger. My wife was
oh,
telling me the other night, she says, you ought to go pick us up some. And she's
I
had a
tried it.
chance to try it and said it was pretty decent. So I was
Oh, did
kind of
you?
like, well, you know what? But the thing is, they are still, they, she went, I don't know, it was a couple weeks ago, waited an hour in the drive
Oh,
through.
Jesus Christ! It ain't that good.
What I'm saying is that
Damn.
the drive-throughs are still backed up because
Wow.
people are still, it's so new and people are hitting it.
There's only two places in probably that I can think of, like in at least in the Chicago area, that are still have long drive-through lines. One would be Chick-fil-A, and the other one would be Portillo's. Those two places always have a fucking line.
But Chick-fil-A's got their shit down
Oh
because
yeah,
as many cars as they get through, they still got their system where you're in and out no point in time. So
that shit's quick as hell.
Don says, ST, there is a place on Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross, Junior's Barbecue. Man, they got pulled pork omelets.
Ooh,
Awesome. Ooh, pulled pork omelet. That sounds good.
that sounds like fucking. I'll be shitting that fucking. Ooh, I'll be shitting it out.
Spurs says Whataburger is really good. See, I've got to try it at least once, so I'll know whether or not I ever need to step foot on that property again. But and I'm a patient man. But if I've got to sit in a drive-through for an hour waiting to get through that shit, my patience gets real worn out.
Vapor X, being a dishwasher at a restaurant doesn't consider you being in the restaurant business for 40 years.
Here we go. Here we go. Jason, thank you for the donation there, sir. He says, hope you're happy now. I'm gonna gain 10 pounds tonight. We've always had a good knack for talking about the food shit for at least an hour, and everybody will be like looking at their kitchens, wanting to go grab them something to eat, or make them a quick midnight run somewhere.
Yeah, Cane's Chicken, they always have a long. I don't. My kid loves that Cane's Chicken place. I don't see the. I don't like it at all. I like their garlic bread. That's it. They're kind of.
Cane's Chicken.
They're like chicken fingers. That's like their thing. Chicken fingers. I'm like, for
We've got
some
a
reason, they're always packed. I don't know why.
we've got a place here called Abner's that's kind of like, I don't know. I don't think it's a chain. I just think it's
Abner's.
it that's really all they specialize is like chicken fingers, and they do them like in 100 different ways. You know, kind of like a wing place would do wings in 1,000 different ways.
You're supposed to be in live chat, not top chat. Top chat will only show like certain people. All our live chat will show everybody.
So I know this person is vaping with Vic's mom is a local person, or I heard Megan Hollis opening a Tennessee hot dog chain by you. You probably heard right. It's funny how a little ass town in Tennessee with the police department made world news about one chick getting hammered by the whole force on duty.
Dude, I heard so much about that story. Holy shit!
Dude, I've seen so many memes on it. Now, today, Facebook, when I opened it this morning from about the time till I closed it a little while ago, there's 1,000 different memes out there about this damn balloon now. So,
Man.
I
That
know.
chick that offered a shit ton of money to strip at some. I think it was. I could have swore it was at a strip club or something. And she denied it though. Declined it. Goddamn balloon. Fagan likes peanut butter ball. I like peanut butter anything. Balls, you name it.
Toonie says, ST, it was nice to see Mike Vapes do a range shooting video. My wife and I actually got out our club range a couple of times last summer. There you go.
Oh, you did a shooting video?
I
Did he?
Did he do? I know they posted some pics over my group, but I can't remember because it's been a while. I don't know if there was any short little videos. It might have been. I think there was now that I think about it. Ginger posted that stuff.
Well, they said that they had planes flying around the balloon. So I'm assuming that they had some kind of technology to see what was in the balloon or to like kind of figure out what was in the balloon. They said there was equipment in the balloon, whatever that means.
Dude, it's funny because we were just looking at the news because I was just getting up then or getting ready to get off the couch because I'd been in there talking to my wife and was going to get ready to go to Best Buy. And she had the news on. And while they were sitting there talking is when they just shot it down because it was like, whoa, whoa, look at this shit. They just did something here. And then that thing came plummeting down.
Yeah, they'll never tell us what was inside the thing. They know what was inside there. I can guarantee that. But
Well, they said, I guess at that point it was 60,000 feet up. Anything coming down at that rate of speed hitting the water, it was pretty much going to go into a million pieces of what they don't think they're going to be able to recover anything. Of course, I haven't even looked at the news anymore since that shit happened today. What, around 1 or 2?
yeah,
So I don't know.
they keep calling it a fucking balloon. I'm like, how the fuck can that be a balloon that big? They call it a blimp or something. That sounds more. I kept saying balloon. I'm thinking like, and they said like weather balloon. I'm thinking like a little small balloon.
Did they ever get any like real close ups of it to see if there was any sponsors that were on it?
I
That
got
would have
see the
been funny.
McDonald's logo on there.
That would have been funny if you'd seen sponsors plastered on the side of that damn thing.
But yeah, there was two balloons. One in like Latin America or some shit.
Uh, yeah, there's been so much going on about that stuff. I'll just kind of wait and see how see how it plays out more. I agree though; they waited way too long to bring that Joker down. But I'm just a little old dude over here living in the United States, I guess, that don't know jack shit. But
Like my thing is, don't they have like satellites and shit that like monitor the sky? Like, wouldn't they know the minute that would hit our like atmosphere, like the second it entered it?
I believe they probably knew it. It's just
Like, yeah, there's something entering
nothing
our.
nothing happened with it. So at least it took forever, but
Sponsored by Acme. There you go. Said smoke on the pot.
that would be funny. You know what, Puff Donnie? You sit there saying that about the drone. I was getting little updates on my phones, and it said at one point, again, I don't know if it actually did that, and I don't remember where it came up at, but somebody had mentioned it was over the Nashville area. But I was
Yep.
thinking, man, if that thing drifted over this way a little bit more, I would definitely take the drone up to see if. But it's so high up there, the drone probably wouldn't have caught shit. But because the drone definitely gonna get that kind of height.
Mark, they're full of shit. Spy balloon. My. I don't. I don't. I think it was like a balloon. I think it was like a test for delivering like some stuff in the near future, like delivering like bad shit.
Well, if it comes a knocking again, hopefully it'll plant itself over Chicago and not our area. So
Like delivering like a powder-like substance that'll burst in the air at 60,000 feet that will spread out like every.
Spurs, and I heard it was dropping puff bars.
That was dropping the well, fuck, I forgot the name of those goddamn things. Super bloke. The balloon was filled up with unsold bulks.
Well, we know Jason will be taking him a cruise out because
Yep.
I know he's always needing them. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of all this. And then
Yep.
too,
JJ balloons.
and then of course, you know what Tuesday is. But
Balloon day.
no, I mean, other than the longest running vape show in the land will be on Tuesday evening. The State of the Union comes on
Oh
Tuesday.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Now, I got in touch with them and said, look, I don't know what time y'all plan on starting, but I know don't need to be anywhere between 7 to 8 Central because that's my time slot.
But they already said that he's asking Congress for more money to give to Ukraine. I'm like, oh my god, I'm just not even gonna say anything anymore.
So I'm kind of curious about the 120 people we got watching right here at the moment. Who's going to watch the of the Union address on Tuesday?
Who would miss it? With the way he fucks up shit, and it's like a yeah.
See, I'm kind of at that point. It's almost got me wanting to postpone the show to another day just to
Yeah.
watch this silly ass shit. But
Like you don't want to miss something like that
yeah,
for the comedy aspect. Like I sure hope it's like live with no delay, so that way if he does something stupid, it'll get caught on camera. I sure hope it ain't pre-recorded, which it probably will be.
Tony says nope. Oh, I agree with you. Watching politics makes me upset too.
Why would you not want to watch it? Because you know it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be hilarious.
See that is the thing though. Even though it's going to be a complete shit show, and I love watching shit shows. I get so furious sometimes listening to things. It's better for me not to even maybe just hear some of the very dumb things that are said in it, like a few things, but me trying to sit there and watch the whole thing, I would probably lose my shit.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I turned 62 last Sunday and quit watching news for my health. That's not, you know what?
That's a
I
good thing to
never
stay away
watched
from.
news. I never watched news. I never got into politics or nothing like that until like probably the past 2 years maybe. And I'm like, oh my god, why did I start watching this shit? This is like too stressful.
I have been somebody I've kept up with politics, but I'm not somebody that sits around and watches it nonstop. But I do think because of what has happened to the country in the past couple years, I think it's kind of pulled everybody more in tune to watch things.
Yep.
Doctor says, ST, you should do commentary for the state of the potato. If I could get away with that, I would do it, but I almost think those are one of those YouTube things. You can do commentary all day long on YouTube, but if you do commentary on certain things, I would feel like that one might get shut down pretty quick.
Like watching Trump and watching Biden are like it's amusing. All the other presidents were pretty boring. It was all politics with them, but these two, like they always bring something exciting to the table.
JJ, what's going on, man? I noticed JJ starting to come back around a little bit.
Yep, he's popping up. The Fat Vapor Show.
Kip Drippers, what's going on, man? I don't think I've seen Kip around in a while. I could be wrong, but I don't feel like I've seen that name in a bit.
Kip Drippers, folks, is Rip Tripper's son.
It is.
Yeah.
They're just keeping that shit in the family.
Mud trucking and stripper fishing. I want to know about the stripper fishing.
I wish I was still 62. I'm 82 and my son still lives in the basement. Oh, shit, man.
Oh, man. I'm not watching this nut job of a person sit there and give our hard-earned money other country just so he can fill his pocket. Yep, I'm with you on that one. I am fucking with you.
I don't think that I see I don't think I see Vic in chats anymore. Is he still doing videos? I'm sure
All
he
right.
is.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing. I haven't seen him in any chats lately. I'm
I
assuming.
think, I mean, again, because I know there's a time difference, and since I work what seems like a shit ton of hours, I guess I'm not always checking out the UK shows, but I think the UK shows have really dropped off compared to what they used to be. Probably more or less kind of like what the States have done too.
Oh wow! So his last, so he did a show. It was 7 or 6 days ago. Then
Oh,
that, and after that, he did a show 7 days ago. Has he done any reviews across video? No review there. His last review video was 8 days ago.
wow.
Oh wow, that looks cool. See, UL's a fucking piece of shit, man.
Did they hook him up with some shit?
The UL Crown M Pod that actually looks pretty sweet. That Crown M Pod that looks neat. I hate them.
Now that you're looking on there, is he a big component of doing disposables?
Um, I haven't seen any yet. No, he don't. I haven't seen any. Nope. He's doing all the. He's doing some pretty good stuff actually.
But he hadn't kicked a video out in a good while.
A week.
Yeah, but that's kind of long distance. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, well, China was closed. They're open. It takes some. I mean, yeah, he's probably like everybody else. Because I don't. When was Mike's last video too? Was it like a week or so? Man, that Crown Empire looks fucking sweet. UL.
what is it like a stick or a box?
It's like a box. It looks like it has like a little tank on it with a 35 watt.
Oh, you know what? Mike did. Mike got one of those.
Oh, did he?
He did a video on that
That looks
because
pretty
I
cool.
seen that on. Mike had put that out a while back, and I watched that video because I was kind of like, "Wow, that's different."
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's got some kind of knob on the top of it. Where the fuck that is? I see airflow control.
It does. I think it's more for direct lung, but you can kind of like get a restricted direct lung out of it also.
Yeah, it looks
I
cool.
think.
Yeah, from now on, I'll only be vaping the .aio V2.
Brian, what's going on? He said hello from Bronx, New York City.
Hello there, Brian. Welcome to the show, mate. Cheerio.
I wonder what happened with UL and you.
With who?
With UL and you.
Well, I don't know. The chick said like when I because I emailed a bunch of people because I want to know what was going on, and some chick said like she went off on whoever this person is that's dealing with the reviewers now. I forgot his name, but she's like he's a bastard. She starts going off on how he doesn't do his work and how he forgets people and he's not doing this and not doing that. So I'm guessing I don't know, he maybe forgot about me, but he said he's like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna send you whatever when we get back from break. But then I'm like, oh, don't. I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it because I'm doing a video. I said I'm like I'm doing worst company of the year and UL's on it.
Still
But
though, it
yeah, I
doesn't
don't know
make
what
any
happened.
sense. And it seems like, well, not that I've been looking, but to target you, I'll just put it like that, and not send you what they've missed a few things for you, haven't they?
Yep. Well, I mean, like I know my views are down on a lot of shit, but my UL views are always. I get always really good views of my UL stuff.
UL's always been that way. You could have a channel with 2 subscribers. If you put a UL video up, somehow it's going to gain some traction. You'll get a
Yep.
couple hundred views on it, even if you got 2 subscribers. I know some of my very larger viewed videos were UL products. They just, people watch them.
That's why I was so like I was actually butthurt. I was pissed. I'm like, what? I'm like, at least give me an explanation. I'm like, I'll be happy if you say something like, "Oh, well, we don't like you," or this. That's understandable, but you didn't give me an explanation at all.
Richard Kidd, I ain't seen you around here in a while either.
That's why you're paying for bags and the garbage. Just wait. The president has only begun. You guys want to trade for whatever? What the hell are you talking about? Trade?
I think he was having it out with somebody else.
Yeah, my company relationships are no longer. They used to be solid, but not nowadays. They're
Yeah,
pretty.
but that particular one,
It's
that
always
one
been
just doesn't
good.
make any sense
I know.
because, again, he gets the views, and the purpose for doing this is to get views for the pro. It's not like the old days where they're sending it out to a ton of people. I mean, that list has drastically dropped off. So, for the list to be as small as it is now, how could you forget? I mean, I could see if there was like 1,000 people you had to get in touch with, but dude, it's a
Yep.
handful now.
Yeah, there's certain companies you get like smoke products. You always get tons of views. UL products, tons of views. As much as people hate smoke, still they get tons of views.
Dude, is Smoke even putting anything out anymore?
I have no clue. I know someone that did email me. I was fucking shocked. iJoy. I didn't even know they were fucking still around. Along with Kanger. I got a Kanger video coming this week. I'm shocked they were still around. Like, wow.
JJ. Uh,
Sharpening his knives. Here we go.
yeah, I haven't. Well, I did do one knife not too long ago, but that kind of slowed down. And Jason said, it's smock, not smoke.
It's smoke, not smoke.
You got to think. When people say smock, you would be SMOCK if we were going the smock route.
When I think smock, I think of like the shit I used to wear when I worked at a grocery store. They called it a smock. Like, you better wear your smock.
All right, later, Miller. Take care, brother.
Later, baby.
Yeah, I'm sure they're probably, I mean, but even a company like that, there's still a handful of folks that are going to get smock products for people to do videos on. I would never see them just completely shutting it down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always heard smoke. We've even talked to the people that work there, and that's what they say it is. So that's what I'm going with.
They are losing money to disposables. Probably.
All of
Probably.
them are.
Sad, too.
Well, I see you did your, and I'd say a very long live on that particular Burrow device you had the other day.
Yep.
Did it really have to be that long? Or did you get caught up in the moment?
Well, I got a little caught in the moment, but I started recording the video like the day before, and I'm like, there's a lot I want to say. And I'm like, if I do this pre-recorded, it's gonna be a clusterfuck of editing, and it's gonna be like a. So I'm like, this is so much better to do it live because I got so much to say about it.
Well, the thing, it's got some views though on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would. I think it was a pretty well done video, especially for being live.
Now, has the company reached out since you've done the video?
No, but they don't have it. I don't think they have any other products. So, or any other new products, should I say?
They seem like a company that would, you know, if you had negative things to say, they seem like they might be the type that might hit you up to say, hey, you're wrong about this, or we've corrected shit, or whatever the case might be. But I don't know.
Yeah, the only real thing I complained about was the battery cap, and that was. I mean, I said it at the end of it all. Like it was a good. I mean, it is a good mod, no doubt. Battery cap is irritating as hell. But
Kip, I hear you there, brother. VaporX just said, hurry up. SNL is on. So Saturday Night Live still is. I thought they canceled that shit.
damn, it's still on. There's no way it could still be funny.
No way. Yeah, if it's still on, I guarantee you it is absolutely dog shit now compared to what it used to be.
There's gotta be nobody original on there anymore.
Is it still on? Is that really a thing, or is he just messing with me?
It might be. I did come across some YouTube like clips. I don't know how new they were, but SNL is all woke. I believe that.
SNL back in the day, oh my God, there
Yep.
was some funny ass shit on there, but that's like what I mean, we're talking about SNL back in the 80s and shit.
Yep. Where's SNL? Yeah, yeah, they had good bands on there all the time, like really good bands. That was Saturday Night Live was they had good guests on there.
Yep, they're saying it's still on. Holy shit. I wonder if it's still kind of like the same format they used to do back in the
Yeah.
day, or if they've changed that up.
No, it's the same style format. It's just shitty. It's just horrible.
Who would be the one person that you would recognize on there now?
There's this black dude. He's like a kind of overweight black dude. He's the only one that I recognize. He's not from way back in the day, but he's like the only one that I still remember. And he's not even funny either.
Guy who plays the Mandalorian is on tonight. Isn't that the? Isn't that the black dude on that one?
Shit,
I
I don't
think.
remember to be honest with you.
Yeah, that just. I mean, not that I'm trying to sit here and rain on anybody's parade, which most people seem to agree that it's dog shit now. But man, back in the day, holy shit, it was skit after skit, because it even got up to a point to where in the final days for me watching it, it was kind of hit and miss of what would be funny on there. But it used to be, man, from the time you turned it on to the time it went off, it was just nonstop hilarious on there.
Yep. They always had good ass fucking.
Keenan Thompson, isn't that the?
That him? Let me look it up. That sounds like a black dude.
Well, that's the. Didn't he used to be like a little kid actor on some shows or some shit?
He looks like a little. He's got that little kid face, that like fat chubby face. Is that him? Let's see. Yep, that's him. Keenan Thompson. He's the only one I still recognize off that show.
Wow.
That dude's not funny at all. Please do me like a donkey.
It just ain't gonna happen tonight. I ain't got the strength.
Yeah, I know.
I just ain't got it in me, brother.
I can't believe Jason said he never watched SNL. How old are you? Like, are you 18 or I mean, how can you not ever have watched SNL before? I'm assuming you're probably real young then. I think you're young. When I seen you that one time, you look fairly young.
I will tell you this. That is something that if you can go back and find old episodes, watch them.
Oh yeah.
That was so damn funny back in the day.
I would love when they used to have like bands on there, and sometimes members of the band would act in some of the skits.
Oh yeah.
That was always the best. The one episode with Steven Seagal, I like watching the. They did a bunch of like podcasts about that episode and how it was working with him and how horrible it was and
Oh yeah. Man, back in the days when Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, all the Bill Murray, all of them on there, man, those were the days that shit was, it was just funny as hell.
hells yes.
Jack Me Off says was Seagal's worst SNL episode in history. God, I just
Yep.
butchered that to death. That just shows you I can't read shit.
I'll agree it was fucking horrible.
I don't guess I seen that one. Or maybe I did and I just don't remember.
when you like watch the commentary or when they're talking about it, oh man, they rip him a new asshole.
Oh yeah, Richard Pryor, definitely. Richard Pryor did a lot of good movies way back in the day
Oh
that were
yeah,
so freaking all those. I,
that's
I
just,
I miss those old movies, man.
you don't realize how much of a dirty motherfucker he was unless you watch his stand up. He's like a totally different comedian.
Oh yeah. Well, even Eddie Murphy, if you watched it, because you got to be censored to a point on SNL. You couldn't just say really like what you wanted to say, even though there was a lot of references towards things. But dude, when he did his live stand up shit, Eddie Murphy was raunchy as they get, man.
Oh yeah.
But it was funny as hell.
We just watched a movie with him in it. The one where the white dude wants to marry his
Dude,
black
I have
daughter.
been seeing the trailer for that all over
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah, it's like that's the dude from he's played
Yeah.
multiple things, but
Yeah. He lost weight and shit.
yeah, but he I guess he marries or is about to marry some black chick in there, and then Eddie Murphy's the dad, and even
Yep.
the mom is
Chick from Seinfeld.
who is it?
The chick from Seinfeld. Well,
Yeah,
the dude's mom is the boy's mom.
the
Forgot
boy's
her
mom.
name.
Yeah, I know her. She's familiar too. The chick that plays, I think, Eddie Murphy's wife in it.
Oh, I don't. I didn't really
Or
look at.
there's some other older female in there that looks
Yeah,
familiar.
the one. Well, the Jerry Seinfeld chick.
Not her. She's
Oh,
the
another
black
one.
chick. There's a black chick in there. I don't know if she's a mom or if she was just in this and they show a quick snippet of her, but she's older, but she played in a lot of movies and I can't remember what her name is now.
I mean, it's kind of funny because like the parents are like old school, so they say like racist things, and they don't realize that it's racist. And of course, the youngers are like, you can't say that. It's got some Jonah Hill. There we go. It's got some funny moments. At least Eddie Murphy's still like he's still good at what he does.
Yeah, Robin Williams was good too. Robin Williams was good, but there was some things he did that sometimes he went like I don't know. He would go in some directions of some of his stand up that I'd just be like, okay, it's like you're almost going too hard trying to do things where maybe I didn't always appreciate the comedy he had, but he did have some funny shit.
Like I liked Robin Williams when he wasn't a comedian. I liked him in his movies where he wasn't doing comedy. I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of his style of comedy, but his acting was really good. Like the one where he was like a photo guy who developed photos or
Oh, yeah. And he
family.
was like stalking the little.
Yep, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Of course, the whatever the one's called with what's his name, the fucking I forgot the name of it. The dude in school, who's the genius. Blah 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 blah. Goodwill Hunting. There we go.
He was all about, there it is, Mork and Mindy. Yep.
Yeah, I hated fucking Morgan and Mindy. Oh, I couldn't stand that show. I don't know why. I just couldn't stand it.
Oh, Dave Chappelle's funny as hell, too.
Hell yeah.
I still, when I'm on YouTube, every once in a while, I'm looking at Dave Chappelle shit.
He's everything he does is funny. Lately though, when I watch his stuff, he's getting very preachy. Like he's just I don't know. He's still funny, but he's mixing in some preaching with it now.
Yeah.
David, I used to like watching the David Tell shit. What was that late night show where he'd go out and get drunk and he'd walk around town? I forgot the name of it.
I'm trying to remember that one, too. And I can't. Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that was a good one. George Carlin, he was funny. He was unique for sure.
You see, Cindy Williams died the other day from Laverne and Shirley.
I thought that shit. I didn't know she was still alive. Like holy shit, they're still alive. They're trying to cancel who? What's his name? Dave Chappelle.
Again?
They're trying to cancel that dude. Like since it's,
They can't get rid of that man.
I hear that Chris Rock has a Netflix special coming, and they're going to do it live. It's going to be the first live Netflix event. I can't wait to see this. I know
Oh,
this is going to be good.
I wonder if he's prepared.
Oh yeah, he's going to say something about Will Smith. I guarantee it.
He does stand up. They were here not too long ago, him and somebody else. But
Oh, were they?
I've always wondered since that incident with the stuff he still does as stand up is if he's incorporated that into some jokes or if he's just left it alone because of
I hope he does. I heard that he's
he has every right
oh yeah.
to do what he wants with it, but
And that's why people are buying his tickets and shit like crazy because they want to like they're hoping that he, talks about it or makes some jokes about it.
what's funny is that there was like hit or miss news things about Will Smith every once in a while, and now it's just gone completely quiet. I don't hear like any news stories like, oh, he was seen out in the wild, like, or this. I mean, he's just been like locked away. I'm wondering if he's ever going to make a return to the movie
Yep.
scene.
That'll be interesting.
I wonder about all that stuff. A lot of people thought that that was staged that night, and there was so many different stories going on about it. And then, after it happened, people started realizing more that that seemed to be an honest thing that happened right there. It wasn't staged. And then, there was so many people going, well, that's ruined Will Smith's career and he'll never make it again. And I always kind of thought, nah, I think people will forget this pretty quick and he'll be doing his thing again. But that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it's
Because how long's that been now? It seems like it's been at least a year, if not longer.
yeah. It's they got a new Bad Boys in production. I don't know. It's fucked up the way he did that, and it just like he went on stage right after that to get an award. They should have dragged that motherfucker out of that building
Yeah.
like they would anybody else.
Basically, Will Smith looks like a crackhead right now, skinny as fuck. Really?
Oh, now I gotta go look.
Really?
Dude, his wife. I watched one of his wife's shows or she is annoying as hell. Oh my god, how does he live with that woman?
Dave T said he has already made a movie. What was the movie he made? Because apparently, I guess I don't keep up with much of this shit that I thought I did.
Let's see. Serena Williams breaks silence on Will Smith's Oscar slap. Who the fuck is Serena Williams?
That's a tennis player, dude.
What the hell does she have to do with it?
Well, she's a very well known tennis player. Well, that's what he did. That was that movie that he received. He was playing the father of her and her.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why she's throwing her 2 cents in on it.
Is Will Smith going to attend the 2023 Oscars?
Will Smith just finished a movie about a slave.
Jeez.
Do you see something coming up about that?
I didn't even look. I'm just trying to see a new picture of him.
Saw some short of him bitching about Jada, saying he is done with her and shit. He looked skinny unless it's for a role. I don't know. I don't go digging for details on him, but I don't see anything like for what happened. I don't see people coming out like talking a lot of stuff like, oh, well, he was seen the other day and this is what's going on. I never hear shit about him anymore. There's still that one occasional meme kind of floating from that night, but that's about it.
You know when you're old, when you start watching movies and there's no actors in it, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's real bad.
Here's why Will Smith. Here's why we can't get behind Will Smith's latest movie. Oh, he's got a movie on Apple.
It's called Emancipation, his
Yeah.
newest movie.
Not available. Yeah, it's an Apple movie. It's not on Netflix. It's on that. It's one of Apple's. That Apple service sucks. There ain't nothing on there. It's all Apple shit. So stupid that they did that. Yeah, he does look kind of cracked out. Well, I guess he's playing a slave, so he looks pretty horrible looking. But if he's playing a slave, he's got to look pretty bad. Bad Boys 4 is the best thing Will Smith could have done. He already did it?
That's true, Jason. He said Fagan only likes Steven Seagal anyway.
Wonder what he's fucking doing. Let's see what we got with good old Steven.
Dude, I guarantee you, he's pushing 500 pounds, barely getting around. He's about to be on that 600-pound life show where he's got to see the doctor about dropping weight.
Dude, he looks he looks badass. No matter what this dude wears or does, he always looks fucking badass.
Dude, not but a couple of months ago, I guess this is one of his last movies he did, or next to. Somebody did commentary on it and was making complete fun, and it was so fun. I almost posted it or was going to send you the link so you could watch it, but it's two guys. He's supposedly this Navy SEAL type dude, even though he's in camo. And what's so funny, the things that they found out about the movie or that they've noticed, they show to people and you pick up on it real quick. That man is so out of shape. There was like a few scenes where he was going to have to go. Oh, some dude had got shot and he runs out into this little pavilion area and picks the dude up and puts him on his shoulder and going to run him up a set of stairs. So when he gets inside the building, the shot of him getting ready to go up the stairs, it's not him, it's somebody else. And they were just like, dude, this man can barely get up the stairs himself. And I don't think he was going up and down. He can't even go up and down a set of stairs right now.
There's a movie he did. I forgot the name of it, but I watched it, and I could have swore his voice has been overdubbed. Like he didn't actually act in the movie, or I don't know what it was, but it wasn't. It was really fucking weird. John Leguizamo. Steven Seagal was on-set bully, once locked in chokehold. What?
Oh, that's from
Super Mario Brothers star has been in 100 movies. I always have the best time off camera. One exception was in 1996.
I'm telling you though, the few little lines he had to say off in this movie, so there really wasn't any time of having to sit around and, rehearse lines or anything like that. Oh my God, that shit, dude, and he tries to act so tough when he's saying it, and it's comical watching the shit now.
Dude, he's got the face of a killer. Just looking at this man, he looks terrifying.
Dude, back in the days, I'll give it to him. I'll admit, back in the days when we had when movies now look real cheesy, there was some movies that I watched that I liked his in the very beginning.
He was the shit.
But as time progressed, it went to shit for him bigger than anything.
Oh yeah, like he could take down a room of dudes and not even like have to work. Like he would just lift an arm and do like it was the best.
When he started doing that little reality show, and it really even wasn't a reality show because it seemed so damn staged.
Oh yeah, I
when
missed that.
when that certain county down in Louisiana made him a reserve sheriff, and they had a little crew that would ride around. And here's the thing. They made him some little deputy reserve, which means he's never gone to any type of police academy. He has no prior law enforcement. He can't do shit, but
I thought he was a sheriff.
he's been sworn in as a reserve. So he can do some duties, but he can't do the full duties. But he was riding around in these freaking unmarked vehicles like he was the fucking king ding-a-ling sheriff in there
He was
calling
in the
all the
front seat.
shots. Yes. I'm like, dude, these folks are telling you what to say and what to look for and shit. You're just, I
He
mean,
was telling the other dudes like what to do. He's like, "All right, we're gonna go in through here. I'm gonna go through here.
yeah,
He's gonna guide
they're
us all
looking at this
through."
son of a bitch going, dude, you'll get us killed the very first time we're out.
It sure looked believable to
It
me. I'm
did,
like,
and
"Oh,
I'll be damned if I watched a good bit of those, but it's oh my god, it's bullshit.
choked out Seagal made him shit himself." I don't believe that. Is
I
that
mean,
what I was reading?
first off, too, not to, and I'll give the man his props. People know who Steven Seagal is. He's been around long enough, so even younger people know because they've probably at one point in time watched a movie.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a Hollywood actor out riding around as a reserve sheriff somewhere without people taking notice of this. So he'd always be arresting somebody and they'd be sitting there talking, yeah, talking about his movies and all this shit. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Oh shit, Steven Seagal. Honored that you're handcuffing me.
Jason said he drove into a guy's yard over a fence, killed dude's dog running over it. The guy was innocent anyway. What? I don't know if I remember that. Now you're going to make me start looking for shit now.
What the fuck is this?
Mark, you should boot that Boot who? Well, shit, look, Terry done joined us.
Damn.
Where the
COVID
hell's
Terry?
Terry been?
He's got COVID.
Does he?
Yep.
Terry, I bet you ain't had as much as I've had it. I'm the king, baby. Oh shit, now the cat's starting up.
Trying to see if he's got any new movies out. Steven Seagal. Oh, they got a Steven Seagal calendar. Nice.
I give you that. Seagal will never be as good as Chuck Norris. Ain't no lie. Chuck Norris did the real deal.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know for sure, but yeah.
But I will say this. Chuck Norris was a bad son of a bitch. But funny enough, one of his we're talking late 70s. One of his movies popped up where he's doing, some kung fu fighting and shit. And he's got his shirt off. And man, even in his, which at that point in time, man, he had to be late 20s, I would think, maybe pushing early 30. I would say late 20. That man still had a full back of hair. That man had some body hair on his ass.
What do we got? Hollywood action hero Steven Seagal censored for allegedly backing Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Is that a picture of him with Putin, or is that
Yes.
or is that a Photoshop
Dude,
photo?
I don't remember what the story was to it, but I've said this before.
Oh wow, it's real.
He did something where he went over to Russia and he met with Putin and them, and they told him he's got to pass anytime he wants to come in that country.
Oh yeah, this is 2013. Russia's President Putin and Hollywood actor Steven Seagal visited a newly built wrestling school in Moscow. Yeah,
Putin loves him. But yeah, he's pretty much said anytime, doesn't matter what's going on, if you want to bring the plane on into Russia, we'll roll the red carpet out for you.
damn, he's 70 years old. Yep,
You know
70
that
years
can't
old.
be good. 70 years old and 450 pounds. That can't be good on him.
He was made a Russian citizen in 2016.
There you go.
Seagal is a United States citizen by birth and was made in Serbian. Was made a Serbian. What? The actor is also given, according to blah 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 blah. Seagal's working on a war documentary. Ooh, nice. We got a movie coming out.
Oh, please tell me he's not an actor in it.
According to the report, Seagal is working on a documentary about Ukraine's war against the Donbas Republic. What the fuck? I can't even. Which have joined. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's like a documentary. It's not an actual movie. Oh man, we need a movie, dude.
Ain't gonna happen.
One last good movie. Damn.
Jason, you had to hook up Mark though with that damn picture,
Yep.
which he'll take to his grave. I'm telling you, he loves it. If anything in that room sitting there that's more important to him, if the house caught fire, he's going after the Seagal picture. He don't give a shit else about any of that crap.
I want a Steven Seagal casket when I die. Fuck that Kiss casket.
You should. If they're still around, I don't even know if this company's still around because I don't see any more. Is Fathead still around that does the
I
big
don't.
things for the walls?
Oh, that would be hilarious if they did that.
Look and see if Fatheads is still around because if they are, you need to get a Seagal Fathead for your wall up there. I don't think they still exist. I don't think I've heard any more about them.
No, they don't have any. Oh, they got a Steven Seagal pillow. Nice.
Can you get it on Amazon?
No, there's some weird ass websites like Redbubble. I've never even heard of this website.
Dude, you ought to get a bunch of them for the couch down there.
Steven Seagal Fathead Foley's. No, it's not. Damn. I can't believe he's fucking. Is he in a Mexican movie? What is this? He's in a
Dude,
Lotto. He's in a Mexican movie.
dude, anything that's going to pay him some money because we really looked at his net worth. That's the saddest net worth for an actor I've ever seen. What, he's like 13 million or some shit.
It had to be 13 billion. It couldn't have been that.
No, no. Dude, I would be shocked if that man goes to these little flea markets trying to hustle out old VCR tapes of movies he's done.
Steven Seagal net worth is
Don't lie.
16 million.
Look at that. How sad is that? Now, let's look up Chuck Norris. What is his net worth?
Oh, that's gonna be a joke. Chuck Norris net worth is Chuck Norris celebrity 70 million. Whoa.
See, look at the difference there. I bet you Bruce Lee's net worth, and he's dead. I bet you his net worth is more than what Seagal's is alive.
Dude, that motherfucker is 82 years old. Chuck Norris is. Wow.
And still fit.
His monthly income currently is $3 million a month. Jesus Christ. I gotta look at see what he looks like. 2023. Wow, that old? He probably looks the exact same. Oh my God, he does.
Norris, well, he's got his own little personal gym that he's been selling forever on the damn TV, but
Yep.
the man stays in shape.
Damn, that dude has still got like, wow, how the fuck are you still like kind of built at 80 something?
Hey,
Holy
that is a good one. Dennis says check Bill Cosby's net worth. He's laid in bed about full blind like an old dog now.
I wonder what he's doing.
Ray Ray said Bruce Lee is 10 million dead.
Damn. Bill Cosby net worth. Do we even have a net worth? 400 million.
Think of all the shit that man been through, and he's still 400 million.
I don't know if that's current, but in 2022, it was 400 million. So, damn.
Vaping with Vic's mom said Seagal ate 50 million in food. That wouldn't shock me either.
What's Ron Jeremy's net worth? I wonder.
Did I hear correctly? He got off. Wasn't that you that was
5.5
saying
million.
that?
No, he's not. He can't stand trial. He's not healthy enough. But I don't know if he got off. Let's see.
I don't quite think his net worth was really going to be there anyway, but it's got to be
Uh,
at least $1 billion.
Los Angeles judge on Tuesday declared the porn performer Ron Jeremy is mentally incompetent to stand trial on dozens of rape and sexual assaults. Okay, so what does that mean?
Does that mean they put him in a loony hospital?
Dude, he looks horrible, man. Wow.
What's his net worth?
I just said it. What did I say?
No, you didn't say Ron Jeremy's.
Yeah, I did. That was. Hold on. Ron Jeremy's net worth is. Where did it go? I just had it. Oh, is it 1 million?
1 million.
Well, one says 5.5 million, and then one says 1 million.
Terry, easy there. You're breaking into your ham's money, but thanks for the donation there, sir. He said Seagal eats old cheese.
You leave Seagal alone. He'll fucking.
That means he's a cheesehead then.
So what happened? Let's see. Hearing it, reviewing. Okay, so
That makes me think they're going to put him in a loony hospital. I don't think they're just going to set him out on the street.
oh, a hearing on placing the 69-year-old. He's only 69. He looks 90. His legal name is Ronald Hyatt. They're having a hearing on putting him in a state hospital. Wow, that's dude. Going from a porn star fucking thousands of women to being put into a oh man, that's got to be a fucking life changer right there.
Well, that makes me wonder, was
Jeez.
he losing his shit before they apprehended him, or since they've had him locked up for a little while, has he lost his mind and that shit?
I think he was losing it before because there's an interview he did with some famous interviewer, and it's on YouTube. And every other sentence, he falls asleep mid sentence, and he's like sitting up and he's sleeping, and the guy's like, "Run, run!" And he's like, "Oh." He's got like some kind of weird whatever.
What is that?
Uh,
What's that? Narcolepsy? What is
yeah,
that?
like a narcolepsy or something. You fall
Narcolepsy,
asleep.
yeah.
Yeah, and he looked pretty bad in that interview. And I think that was before this all happened. I mean, I don't think he was on like drugs. I mean, he's probably doing drugs like coke and stuff when he was in the porn, but I don't think he is lately. He's a little too old for that shit. I think
Yeah, ain't no telling.
just faking it. I don't know. He might be. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, that's what made me think that if he's been incarcerated this whole time, did he start losing his shit in there, or did he purposely start acting crazy knowing that there was going to be. Well, let's see. I guess they hadn't actually had a trial yet. He's just
No.
he's
Yeah.
been in prison waiting for his trial. I'm guessing he's been locked up the whole time.
You could tell that like like the last couple of interviews he's done over the past I don't know maybe like 10 years or so. You could tell that there's something kind of off with him now. Like he's something's not like mentally with shit was going off.
Well, maybe if it has been that way for a long time, maybe some of the shit is true.
Mm.
I don't know though. Still seems odd for. I mean, though, well, look at his net worth though. He's
Yeah.
probably always been maybe around that area. It's not like somebody was going to gain some money off of this deal. I don't think.
I,
So, what would be the purpose in taking him down?
I don't like. I would like to know what I like to know the situations of what these women considered rape because I don't picture this.
Well, it's like
Like
they. Go ahead.
like what is rape like when you force yourself to have sex with them, or is rape like when you touch them, or like what's the definition of?
I'm kind of curious to know in his cases how far he went.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Well, it's
There's a
like,
lot of shit popping up with celebrities lately that where women are coming out and
yeah,
There was one just recently.
Well, Cosby had a slew of them on him, and then you got R. Kelly that had a ton of shit with him, and
The newest one. There's a chick, Steven Tyler, that he raped her and got her pregnant in the 70s, and this bitch is trying to go to court in the 70s. I
we're
thought there was like after so many
a
years,
statute of limitations
yeah,
on that. Yeah.
like what? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's just like I don't know how many of y'all kept up with it. It caught my interest for a while, right up to the point I heard about this, and then I shut it down. So if y'all got to watching Adventures with Purpose, the dive crew that was doing all these cold cases and pulling cars out of the water with bodies still in them, and stuff like that, it was a great YouTube thing to watch. But then when I come to find out the main dude on there had rape charges against him back from early 90s.
Jesus.
And in the state of Utah, there is no statute of limitations on that.
Hmm.
So he went missing off the videos for a while, then magically has reappeared. But there's been a lot of people that's walked away from it. There's some people that don't know much about it. And I'm kind of like, there's been, what was it? Either some emails or messages that have been retrieved that pretty much shows him being guilty of this shit.
Oh, is there?
And that's all I need to see. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with you. Regardless of what you're trying to say or however you're trying to sugarcoat or whatever it is you're doing. Obviously, he ain't talking about it on YouTube, but I'm done with it.
There should be some kind of law where they can't bring, like, if someone, if you have like alleged charges against you, like they can't bring it up in public until you are like charged of it. That can really fuck somebody's career up. Even if some women come forward saying that they raped you or you raped them, and then it comes to find out that it never happened, you're still fucked up. Like your career is pretty fucked still.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Alec Baldwin's about to get his little taste of this shit.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of people say, though, they don't know how that's going to go, but I don't know. I don't think that, well, I don't know. I don't know on that either, really, to be honest, just because of who he is. If it would have been anybody else, there'd been no question to it, but.
Like I'm not a gun guy, so I don't know the gun ethics, but I would assume if you're a movie, if you're an actor and you're doing a movie and there's like a gun guy there that's taking care of all the gun related stuff and hands you the gun, you should just be able to go out and use it. Like, okay, you assume that he checked everything.
But here's the thing. So the damning stuff for them right now is that some stories have changed since the initial investigation up till now. A lot of things have come out and said the set of that movie was a very dangerous working environment, which again, another black eye to you right there. It's starting to look more like, I mean, ultimately it probably was an accident, but it was a very preventable accident opposed to just being like, let's say like, Bruce Lee's son, Brandon.
Yep.
That was clearly an accident that happened right there. I mean, again, it could have been preventable, I'm certain, but it was an accident. But I don't believe there was anything that came out of that deal opposed to like what's coming out of this deal. When you got stories changing and if you had somebody die because of this, there's going to be some shit going on.
So remember he said like he didn't shoot the gun and then he said he shot the gun or something like that. I know he changed his story.
Yeah, they was saying I never even had my finger on the trigger, and then there were some people where he'd even said, well, yeah, I did do this or did do that. I don't know.
Wasn't there like accidental murder or some shit? I thought there was some kind of cops just left here. They don't. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't believe that I didn't know women were in my basement. Oh, okay. That's normal.
What about Ooh, that's a good one right there. I forgot about that. Jack Meow says, what about Red Jacket Firearms? The dad, owner, star of the show, locked up for interfering with his daughter. That is so true. Man, I forgot all about that show because it's been forever. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people watch that show and it come to find out, what was it? He was doing things to his daughter like way back in the day or something like that. Is that correct? Or was it something else, Jack? Remind me if I messed that story up. Yeah, because to my knowledge, he's in prison the rest of his life now.
Hayden rose to fame as a reality TV star. He was later convicted of multiple felonies and is now serving 2 life sentences. Holy Jesus.
Who's that?
The dude from whatever you're talking about, Red Jacket Firearms,
What were the charges again?
is guilty of raping multiple young girls, including his own daughter, according to several reports.
Now look at his daughter, because he worked with his daughter, and they did this on the TV show. They had a show.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, they did specialized weapons for a lot of people and was making and I don't want to say on a level of mass producing, but they made a lot of shit.
I don't like her face shape. She's got like a sharp chin and she's got those cheekbones that creep me out. Not bad looking, but I don't know, she looked kind of fucked up. She's definitely gonna have daddy issues. That's for damn sure.
What happened to R. Kelly? Well, R. Kelly is right up the street from Mark, sitting his ass in prison, I think, for the rest of his life.
Yeah, they were trying to drop the charges in Chicago just because of everything else going on. Like, I mean, he's still gonna be in prison for the rest of his life. It's not like they're gonna drop charges and he walks, but I think it's like, well, if he's gonna go to prison for life or whatever, there's no sense in doing this. I guess is what they mean. I don't know.
You know what's funny is that just not but a few days ago, you know how we're sitting here talking about this now, but randomly, out of just like looking at different things on YouTube, I come across "Trapped in a Closet" from R. Kelly. I'm like, what? Have you ever sat there and watched that?
No,
I did a long time ago.
was it a documentary? I think or no?
No,
Oh,
it's like I don't know how you would it's a movie, but he basically kind of raps through the whole movie, but it's a story.
oh my god.
And a lot of it's hilarious actually. I mean, he did a good job on it, but it's I don't know. How many people out in chat have watched that?
The Yesterday, the most fucked up thing happened to me, and I believe Amazon is visually spying on people. I was in the kitchen. I remember I was in the kitchen and what did I do? I made some coffee. I made some. What did I made something. I forgot what it was. I got some milk, poured milk in. Oh, I was making this chicken meal, whatever. I had to add milk, half cup of milk, so I added. And then an hour later, I go in there. I have a bowl of cereal. I pour in the milk, and I'm looking at the milk jug, thinking to myself, "Oh, we're kind of low on milk." I didn't say anything. I just looked at the jug. I put the jug away. A minute later, my Alexa makes a sound. I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And I look at the screen. And it says, "Are you low on milk?" And I'm like, "How the fuck did that happen?" Like, I didn't say I was low on milk.
Dude, it's a trip, man.
Holy shit! I just fucking started freaking out.
It is a trip how some of this shit works out.
I text Angela I'm like, "You would not believe what the fuck just happened." Trapped in a closet. I gotta watch that now.
Yeah, check it out sometime. It some of it's ridiculous. There's just some little things in it here and there that just it's funny as shit. But You got to remember, it's basically like a tune playing in the background the whole time, and he's
Yeah.
kind of like rapping out the whole story. But it's some of it's, and he plays a lot of the different characters in it. So
Yeah, that Dave Chappelle skit that he did on R. Kelly a while, that was fucking hilarious. Holy shit, was that funny. Yeah, that fucking Alexa thing, I fucking.
it's crazy, man. I mean, it started out kind of simple to like, so like you look at something on YouTube, but then you hop over to Facebook, and there it would be sitting right there. Or you're on Google looking up for a new pair of shoes, and then you're on Facebook, and all of a sudden they're cramming ads at you about these
Yeah.
particular shoes. You know?
Well, I know, like, well, when you're typing on your computer or like if you're talking or something, I can kind of understand how they're like listening and finding
Yeah, but
shit
to
out like
actually
that.
see something with nothing
Yeah,
said, yeah,
that's what fucking freaked me out. Unless it was some fucked up coincidence, but I doubt it was because
you get
Alexa never asked me if I'm low in milk.
you'll have some blue painter tape out putting over the little cameras all over so they can't see shit.
The direct connection to Alexa. That's what the be.
I I never even had like a full access to. All I had was just the little Alexa looking
Little, yeah, little round thing.
little round thing here hooked up in the office. And it was only to ask it a certain amount of questions just to see some of the responses I would get. But there was too much of everybody knew we had it, and we were all trying to set each other's shit off, and I had to let that go.
Well, I had this brainy idea to put the video ones in every room of the house. So we got one in the kitchen and one in each bedroom. So that way we can kind of talk to each other.
Yeah.
Because they had like Amazon Prime Day or something, and they were selling for only like $40, and they were like cheap as hell. I'm like, oh my god, I can't pass this up. And plus Angela, so yeah, that's probably a bad idea doing that. It's like having a camera in each bedroom that someone's watching us in.
Yeah, those nights used to be pretty tough because when we used to sit in these rooms forever, when it would get late and some folks would kind of drop out or something, Mark would always roll out for an hour or two. He'd go grab something to eat, and then he'd wind up falling asleep in the living room or something. This is back in the trailer still. And we'd all be screaming on the mics, telling Alexa to do something. And sure enough, it would do. We'd say play some music, and we'd tell it to turn the volume up, and it would be blasted in there forever. Which, if we had control of the room, we'd have to mute it because we didn't want to hear the shit anymore, and it would take forever for him to even notice it to come in there and do something about it.
So I remember I woke up one time in the middle of the night and the music was blasted, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, Angela, I think someone broke in and listening to music.
Hell yeah.
And I go in there, it's fucking, and that's when I unplugged that fucking thing. Ask Alexa, yell out to your wife that you can't get a boner, and see if Alexa recommends ED medication.
Oh,
I
good.
might try that, dude. If that happens, I'm unplugging all of them. Then I'm done.
Yes, Puff Daddy, I've actually got a few Spydercos.
The rings, the other, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. If they had all this access to watching everyone on all these cameras, then you would think when shit happens, like crimes and shit, that they can immediately find out or find someone. That's the only reason why I don't think a lot of places don't watch, because if that was the case, yeah.
Vapor X. Why would I do that when I got this right here, son? Uh,
Y'all
don't
want to get
you? You've got.
freaked out? Ask it some of the off the wall questions, or ask it history questions. Wait to see what you get back. You'll be surprised by it.
Don't you have the one in your kitchen? Isn't it the one that kind of moves around and follows you and all that?
No, no, we don't have that one.
Is that like the top tier one?
I think it might be. I don't. No, they got a new one actually. I wanted it, but it wasn't on sale, and I'm like, I don't use it that much, but it's like a big screen now, and it mounts on your wall. It's almost like an iPad, but it mounts on. I think it's bigger than an iPad actually, and it mounts right on your wall. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I use mine for is listening to music and looking at the ring cameras. That's it.
I mean, that is pretty creepy that that thing, like from what ads I've seen, it'll sit there and like swivel and
Yeah.
watch, and you can sit there and have full on conversations and shit with it.
Yeah.
But
But if you go into you gotta download the Alexa app on your phone to like control this thing. Dude, that thing can do some fucking amazing shit. If you go through all the settings and all the skills and shit, you could pretty much do any fucking thing with that device.
Brett said people are in court for selling no, they got busted by their own ring system. Well, don't you think those people would know better than that shit?
That would suck, getting busted by your own cameras.
That would. All right, Ray, take care, man.
All right.
Dude, I
Da
would.
da 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 da. Please donate $1.
That's what I
Big
need everybody
SC
to do.
show.
We got 101 people in here right now. Everybody needs to do at least $1 right now. I want to see the screen just light up with dollars. So everybody should do at least $1 right now, just for the hell of it.
There's this dude I started watching. He's a homeless guy on YouTube. I don't know why I like watching him. I don't know why, but so he has a car. His car is like his house. Apparently, he lives in it, and he's got like I think he's got 20,000 subscribers. He's got a
Mhm.
cell phone, and he goes live sometimes, which is But every time he goes live, every time he does a video, he'll start off by saying, "Oh, I want to thank everyone for for the donations and the Cash App donations and this. Oh, I appreciate it, man." And then every video he does, there's always something wrong. Oh man, my car's fucked up this week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get out of here. And he's just fucking pulling in the money, and these people are falling for it. Like he was live the other night, and people are dropping 50, 20, 75. He's like, "Yeah, I think the head gasket's blown in my car. I don't know what I'm gonna do." I'm like, dude, are these people that dumb?
Dude, it trips me out on some of these streams that I've seen.
The
Damn,
amounts of money.
look at Lance. Lance coming in strong right there. Well, Lance, thank you for the donation. He says, to shut up that 10-ton SOB. Now, some of them, the one that always trips me out, I guess, and it always will, the following that Ryan Hall has over on his Weather channel.
Oh yeah.
So he broke over 1 million
Wow.
subscribers, I want to say a month or two ago. But dude, every live stream he does when there's like a weather event, I mean, the donations on there are like unreal, and all the people joining the channel memberships constantly. So I've always been curious to know just how many people he has
He
on
doesn't
his.
read his super chats either, right? Or does he read them?
He does when he gets a chance to, but a lot of the times, dude, and I'm talking about, you'll see $300 donations come across, and he'll be so knee deep in, he'll never read them. And it's kind of like, you got to be real dedicated. But there's a lot of $500 ones. I guess 500 is the max you can do on this. I don't think I've ever seen any higher than that. But there was one night, there was one person that dropped easily $1,500, and they were all $500. I'm sitting here thinking, you really love this person on YouTube if you just dropped three $500 donations on here.
Dude, I don't even care who. I don't even care if Steven Seagal was live and he shout me out. I wouldn't even donate that much money. Like, what?
I
I
know,
don't
it's
get it.
nuts.
I mean, unless you're like really loaded and that kind of money is no big deal. But
Well,
Jesus,
don't get me wrong. I understand. I mean, if you like the person that's doing the content, you want to donate, that's cool. I mean, it's there to do it if you want to, but some people could go so knee deep in it trips me out. Dennis, thank you for the donation there. He dropped some California money.
Thanks, Dennis.
And VaporX has done his $5 chat entrance fee. I'm surprised YouTube hasn't put something like that in place. You know how they give you all the different options of like you can only do subscriber chat, member chat. I'm surprised they haven't done like you got to pay a fee to chat.
I know. I'm surprised. I'm really. Well, they had. Well, they got something. I thought there was something new. I swore there was something new they had.
I guess they realized for some people if that was the case and that's what they selected, they're not going to have anybody in their chat.
I wish they would, because I don't. Don't they? Do they have it where you? Oh, it's. I think they have where people can pay if they want to watch your channel, but it would be cool if you could set certain videos to paid only. Then I think people would.
Well, that's pretty much you got to do. If you do a membership thing, you can do it strictly for your
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
And Dennis says, now I'm broke for the next 2 years. Damn. Well, I'll send it back to you, brother. We don't want you broke that long. Yeah, it's nuts on some of these.
Yeah, but this dude, he'll just like. I mean, he seems like a cool dude, and he doesn't. He says he doesn't do drugs anymore, and this and that. He's clean. He looks clean, like he's But I don't know. It just weird that he always has some kind of problem. And then he's like, "Oh, it's no big deal. I can, blah blah." And then people are just, "Oh man, I got you, man. Here's 50. Here's 100." Like, are you people really doing this?
Yeah.
Doesn't Jay Hayes do that? Jay Hayes gets like apparently some crazy Patreon donations or something.
I think he does either. I think he does both. I think he does a membership and I'm pretty sure he has Patreon.
Like I see, like to me, like I could see small donations like people do in chat, like 1, 5, 10, 20. Those are kind of like to get a nice comment out there for everyone to see and maybe like just to show your love for the channel. But anything I think over like I don't know $50 is a little crazy unless like the person is like really in need for some reason. Then I could see subscribers donating more money. But if you're just like randomly going live and shit, you know,
Yeah.
$5-10 here and there is always pretty cool. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I can never. The most I've ever donated, I think, was like $25 in a chat once. That was it. And that was on
Dennis,
a good day.
Dennis says, doesn't matter, ST. I'm getting incarcerated next week. Well, shit. You ought to send more than that then. I mean, I'll tell you what. We'll hold it over here interest free for you.
Please do tell. Dude, if you're getting incarcerated and it's for a long time, put one of your credit cards into your YouTube app, go over to my channel, make a $500 donation. You'll be locked up so you don't have to pay the bill, and we're all going to make out.
Even though you won't get shit for any of that, other than at some point in time you're going to have to pay the fees because your bill wasn't paid. But
Are you seriously getting locked up? You got to tell us the story. Why are you getting locked up? Mark is sickly by.
no, Jason, that was some water running in the background. Yeah, that's it's pretty crazy to again, some of the channel, like, again, just because I know this and I've seen it so many times, like on Ryan Hall's deal. I mean, there's a lot of people, and I'll admit, I mean, he does a very well produced live show when it comes to the weather and stuff because he's got people out in the field that are at where these storms are at, giving you live footage right then and there. He's keeping up with the warnings and shit, probably better than what the local news stations are doing. I feel he's doing a better job than that.
Yeah, but what would want to make someone give someone $500? Like, I don't know, it's just weird.
But that, yeah, In some people's eyes, they're saying, hey, I want to support the channel so this channel sticks
Yeah.
around. And, because you're providing a service that we all enjoy. Dude, if the shit's serious enough out there, he's got 45,000 people watching it on the screen. And then when he does his live feeds, he goes for roughly 8-9 hours.
Oh, I
Then
guess that maybe, yeah, he kind of did.
and then the next day you can go look at that, and the views are sitting at 1 million already.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is, what, how did he blow up like that in the weather field? Like, wow.
Now you think about this. 1 million views he's got, and that's just overnight. He took in all that income from people that donated on top of new members. And then the channel's monetized. So
Mm,
1 million views is
mm.
going to pay. Dude, the income coming off of that channel, but he does it as a business. That's how he makes his living.
I knew I should have went to school for something. Weather. Weather would not have been one of them, that's for sure. Who would have thought weather?
Hey, it's something that's always around, ain't ever going anywhere.
Yep. Who wouldn't watch Sleepy Joe? Another 2.1 billion announced today. But oh, wait, did they announce it already? I thought he was gonna. That was on Tuesday. He was gonna ask for more, or whatever.
Shit, there ain't no telling with them.
Oh, Canadians are doing shit now. Canadians did more. Just packed up a whole. What?
What?
Canadians are giving them tanks. Oh, that's not good. You realize? Oh man, I didn't know Canada was like sticking their nose into this. I thought Canada was like, fuck this. We're out of everything.
Those balloons are his.
I was planning on moving to Canada because I thought they were,
Yep.
clear of everything. Apparently not.
Oh, no, this show's not sponsored by anybody. It used to be a long time ago it had a few little sponsors, but we are a sponsor-free broadcasting service.
If you do videos where you actually walk into a tornado, I guarantee you'll get rich. You know what? If that's the case, sign me up. Let's go. Let's go storm chasing. I'm ready.
Well, I thought about, just for the heck of it, not really so much the monetized value of it, but since now that people are doing so much of it, I've really started considering trying to do some shorts on this channel, but they're not really going to be like vaping shorts, just doing something. It's a short. It lasts what, 15 seconds to 30 seconds?
I got 30. Oh, you can do anywhere. The max is 60 seconds.
I mean, you could just do some crazy shit just to see what kind of like feedback you're going to get off of it.
I just wonder how the monetizing works with the shorts. I don't get like who's gonna watch an ad on a fucking 30-second
I'm
video.
curious too, but I'm sure you got your email saying that it's up and running now. So
I don't know. Have you guys? Has anyone in chat watched a short where there was an ad playing? Or
yep.
I'm curious 'cause I haven't seen it yet. The Naked Weather Chaser. You know what? That could be a thing. I might consider that, DC. You could be my manager.
Yep.
You gotta remind me. I gotta wear that outfit this Friday. I keep fucking either I forget or I got shit going on. I'm gonna wear it this Friday.
Yeah, why do you keep forgetting that?
Oh, this past Friday I couldn't have time, and then last Friday I totally forgot about it.
All right, folks.
Son of a bitch.
We've gone a lot longer than I thought we were going to go. So,
Holy shit! It's 11:30. It's fucking bedtime. God
yep,
damn.
it's time to shut her down. So, thanks for hanging out with us for this good old Saturday evening of an unexpected event. But we outie. See y'all. I would say, I always feel like sometimes saying we'll see you Sunday, but that's not the case because we're done with Sundays. But
Hell yeah.
we outie though. y'all have a good evening. We'll catch y'all on this channel Tuesday night. So, peace.
Later, guys.
Dun, dun.